Guys, I never know how to start these videos. Just a hi, hello, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Anastasia. I don't know if I've ever said like why I really started making these videos. One, because I feel like I don't spread the gospel as much as I would like to, and as much as I would need to. I like out daily because I'm very anxious, and I find that going up to people and just going, oh, have you heard about Jesus? Or just going and spewing things that I personally don't even know much about God. Like, not yet. Like, I'm still reading my Bible. I'm still understanding. And I don't know much. I don't memorize scriptures. I don't know, like, all these things that I personally think somebody who's going to go to talk about Jesus should know, you know? But I wanted to do something where it did spread where I did spread the gospel, where I did talk about God to people out there. I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. And these videos definitely are doing that. Like, definitely. Because I would never do something like this. Past me would never do something like this. So I made these videos to spread the gospel and kind of for myself. This is my chapter 1, by the way. Like, my chapter 1 is still being played out. Like, it's still being read, you know? And I haven't moved on from chapter 2 yet. And I guess I just wanted to go through chapter 1 with somebody. I know I'm going through it with God, you know? But, you know, even though he's there, and you know he's there, he's listening, he's there with you, and he knows what you're feeling and all these things, you'd like to have somebody that's going through the exact same thing and go, okay, you know, like, I get it, you know, I get that, you know? I don't know. I don't want to say that I don't want to replace anybody who's watching these videos, you know, you being in the position where God needs to be. That's definitely not what I want. I don't want to idolize these videos, and I don't want to, like, make it my God, which it will never be. But I just thought vice versa too, you know, that you can go through something like this. You can go through your chapter 1 with somebody that's also going through it, you know? You can ask me questions about God, and I can ask you guys questions about God. Because sometimes when you have questions and your Bible doesn't give you answers, or it's not as clear as you'd like it to be, it's hard and it's confusing and it's a little frustrating. So you'd like to ask a second party, oh, what did you get from this? And usually they have the answer. They know. But yeah, that's kind of why. And I just wanted to put that out there. I don't want, like, to get famous from it. That's definitely not what I want, because fame can be idolized, and I don't want to be put in that position where I can idolize something. I want, yes, a big following. Yes, I'd like a lot of people to be watching my videos to gain something from my videos, but that's mostly what I want. Some people to gain something from my videos, to gain comfort, to gain love, to gain emotion, to gain God's love, to gain God's comfort, God's presence, to gain God in their life. I want that. That's my goal. And I feel like seeing, for an example, having 100 subscribers, seeing that maybe 100 people are gaining that. And I love that. So I just wanted to put that out there. I told you in my last video that I was going to talk about, like, a really tough subject for me. My family. My parents and the relationship we've gained, we have. I don't even know how to start this. How do you even begin this? I don't know. But ever since I was a kid, yeah, my parents have been very abusive. And it's not, or I've been getting spankings. It's not that. It's like abusive. Scars on my body. I don't have a scar, but like the aftermath of it usually goes away after a couple of days, but the aftermath of what they've done. And that happened actually last Christmas. So it's like not just as a kid or discipline. And as I've always made excuses for them. Oh, they grew up that way. That's how they did it. That's what they think. They don't know the real truth. They don't know this, they don't know that. I've always made excuses for them, but like once you have to actually open your eyes and see for what that relationship truly is. And it's toxic because I'm like back and forth with them. You know, like there are moments where I really want a good relationship with my parents, but they don't care to do the same. And there are moments where they want a good relationship with me, but I'm too stuck in my anger to do the same. But usually that goes away. I don't know. I wanted to show you guys a picture of the extent that it reached last Christmas. And this is my thigh. It was really bruised after my mom hit me. This is my arm. And obviously I don't have that anymore. And my thighs are fine. So they go away after. But you know, that feeling, that never goes away. And after being hit multiple times, I've gained fear from them. Like I'm fearful of them. And I even asking them for a simple question, oh, can I have some money? Mostly my dad, I am afraid. Like I start sweating. I start stuttering over my words. I am afraid of this person. And I've kind of put that in other relationships, like or other relationships that I have with other people. And that's a bad thing. That affects you. That's not the way you're supposed to grow. And I want to grow so bad. I want change so bad in my actions and in myself. And this change can't happen in here. It can't happen here in this house around these people. It can't blossom, it can't grow in this house. And ever since I was 10, I thought about leaving. Thought about leaving as soon as I turned 18, and I'm 17. I turned 18 July 11th this summer. But when I was 10, it was like, I'm running away, type of thing. Like, I don't want to live here anymore. But now it's more like, I want to grow. I want to thrive. These people, they're my past. They're a part of my past. And I want to leave my past and focus on my future and focus on God. And to be honest, the most thing that I'm afraid of is what they might do, because it's not just them hitting me. My mom is above and beyond. She'll like chase you down the street, like just so she can get what she needs out. Like, and my dad, he's like verbally abusive. He talks about hitting your head against the wall over little things. And those bring fear to my heart, but I don't want to be fearful. I want to trust God. And my dream was to go to New York, and model. because I wanted to become a model, you know, learn more about fashion, clothes, and all those things. But I don't know if that's God's plan. Like, I'm so afraid that the next move I make, it's not God's plan. Because I want to do what He has for me. I want to do what He wants me to do. Like, I am His vessel, and I want to be used as a vessel. But He hasn't told me anything. He hasn't told me move right or move left. And I assume that He wants me to make mistakes. He wants me to make mistakes so I can learn more from that. Learn more from them. Because the more mistakes you make, the more you learn about things and all things about that mistake. And usually the mistakes you make are used to help others. And right now, I have $3,000 to my name. Yeah. And New York, it's pretty expensive. But like, I want God to know that I trust Him. I want God to know that wherever I go, like, no matter what my feeling, I trust You wholeheartedly. And yeah, He already knows that, you know, like he knows my heart. He knows my spirit. He knows me. But I don't know. I'm all about actions. Excuse me. I'm all about proving it to Him that I trust Him. But God doesn't need you to prove it to Him, you know? God doesn't need you to do that. Sometimes it's hard ciphering God and the devil. That's why I always read my Bible. Never skip a day of reading my Bible, because the Bible, that's God. No, the devil cannot change the word on those pages. That is God right there and then. And so I read it always. I always read it. And what is it? Even I try not to listen to my head. I try not to listen to my feelings, because my feelings is attached to my flesh. I try not to listen to anything my body tells me, my flesh tells me, and I try to wait for God's answer. But visions from God is attached to my body, my head. And convictions are there too, but people say wait for answers in the Bible. Johnny Chang, a pastor, he gets answers directly from the Bible because he can decipher it. He's read it 28 times, 24 times, and he can decipher it like into today's times. I can't do that. So how do you get an answer from God? I tried fasting. I tried resisting food, resisting my flesh. And it was hard. It was so hard. A couple of hours, that's how long I lasted. I can't even do that. So how do I do it? How do I speak to God? How do I get an answer from Him? I want to model. I want to be on runway. I want to learn more about clothes. Those are all wants. They're not needs in my life. So if God wants me to take that out of my life, I can do that freely. But I think, because I don't know, God knows, I think I need to get out of this household. It's not healthy for me as a growing person. I don't know. I sometimes wish, like how it was back in the day, like in Jesus' time. Like David spoke to God and he asked God, oh, what do I do here? And God gave him an answer right after that. And it wasn't like fasting, like you didn't have to do any of that. Well, I didn't say that when he spoke to him, but he just answered right after that. I wish it was like that. If God told me to stay, I need you to stay. I need you to go through more. I need you to go through more. I need you to listen, understand, and do this. Then I'd stay. Like, I wouldn't fight about it, because he knows what's best for me. He knows where I will grow the most. And if here's where I will grow, I don't want my eyes will deceive me. And if here's where I'll grow, then I'll grow here. Because if God says so, he says so. But if God says, oh, I need you to go, no, I need you to go now. I'm moving. I'm going. Because he needs me to go. He has something for me over there. And if I go with 3K, he's got me. Like, I'm not afraid about, like, the money or anything. Because I know wherever I go and God has intended me to go over there, then he's got my back. But do you think that if he didn't intend me to go there and I'm going there by my own actions, by just me, will he still have my back? Will he still, even when my money runs out, will he still support me? And truly, I know the answer to that. I know it's a yes, all the way, through and through. I just don't know. I'm afraid, you guys. I'm afraid of change. I don't like change, but I want it. Like, I'm really all over the place. I'm weird. I don't like change because I never know what's going to happen. I don't like thinking about the future because it's never set. Like, I'm not God. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's to come, what the future holds. I don't know. And that gives me fear because I can't control it. I'm controlling. I have to admit that. And change, you can't control change. It just happens. I don't know if I should go left or I should go right. But I do know that I should keep reading my Bible, that I should keep praying. And that always gives me comfort. That always takes the fear away of that thought. So I don't know. I'm going to take you guys on my journey. I'm going to post more about my life entirely. Because nothing really happens to my day to day. Like, honestly, you guys, I stayed in my bed. I woke up, ran, like, washed my face, did all that stuff, and I came right back to bed. Like, nothing happens in my life that I could record and show you guys. I just want to put something out there that this is me, and I'm going through tough times. I'm going through hard times. I'm going through sad times. And my life is not perfect. These are my hard times, and I want to record them. I want to document them. And I want to show people that despite my hard times, I have God in my heart. I have the Spirit of the Lord in me. And I'm going to trust him that he will do what is best for me. I have to trust him that what he will do in my life, no matter if it's going to New York, if it's staying in this house, if it's staying wherever he would like me to be, is the best thing for me. I have to trust that. I have to believe that. And there are moments where I don't, because I don't know what God is thinking. But I have to deny those feelings and accept God into my heart wholeheartedly. Because that's where I find comfort. That's where I find peace. Because that feeling gives me anxiety, makes me anxious, makes me really not want to move or do anything. But the comfort of God, the comfort that God has, the love of God gives me peace, takes away the anxiety, takes away the anxious moments, and just gives me peace. So I'm staying over there. I'm staying where the peace is at, you know? Sometimes that feeling right there comes crawling to you. It does. And it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. But we with God, we will figure it out. We're gonna work it out. And in the end, in our chapter 20, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be really, really great. I love you guys. Oh, and I'd like to mention, I got my hair braided. My aunt did it. Yeah, I needed to put a protective hairstyle. Don't want any more hair falling out. And I will try to keep my hair nice and clean, you know. I get really lazy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I get really lazy doing all the hair washing because, like, my hair is 4C hair. It's like the most annoying hair to wash because it's probably the steps that I have, but it needs so much, you know, the hydration, the conditioner, like all these things, you know, and it's probably just all hair, not just my 4C hair, but I just find it so annoying and it's a lot. So I overlook washing it, but I will do it because it's the right thing to do and it's good for my hair. But yeah, this is what it looks like. You know, I am getting really comfortable with you guys. I'm getting really comfortable with, you know, just being out and open. Like, I would never do something like this. Show my hair this form. Like, my hair has always been in braids all my life. I will never go to school with my hair not in braids in middle school. And now I go out only in wigs. I will never go out not in a wig. My hair cannot be like raw and open like this because, like, I don't know. It's not what people think because I'm doing it right now. I don't know. I'm getting really comfortable with you guys and I'm liking that. I want to share with you guys more. And I want you guys to understand me more. I want you guys to grow closer to God, grow closer to me and everything else. I want to take you guys through my entire journey, through everything. And I'm excited, nervous, but excited. I love you guys. Love you always. Say something nice to somebody and be kind. Bye.